on Twin Rivers. And I did not turn off Supreme Scoreboard despite telling you to.
Oh my.
I was too busy. Hey ho. You can keep us advised on the eco
I
state.
will do that. So we have TheWreck and Blast, both playing Seraphim. Now, do you want to give us some insight onto what their faction bans were?
So both players opted to ban UEF, and both players wanted to pick Sarah as their first option and UEF as their second. So both players did get their first pick.
Seems very reasonable. Both Sarah and UEF are good meta picks. Strong T2 stage, very good ACU. So, seems like both players are playing pretty standard, or picking pretty standard, I would say.
Yes. Let's try and start a bet quickly. Let's go to my mod view. Draw.
Connection seems fine as well, so...
What's that, sorry?
The connection seems fine. There's not much lag.
Yeah, we seem to be alright. You're only on 200 ping, that's good for you.
Alright, so taking a look at the opening build orders, seems like Blast is rushing his Hydro pretty quickly. Now, the Hydro on this map is quite far away from your main base, so remains to be seen how good this is.
Yeah, getting a couple of mechs on the way from reclaim.
Personally, I actually don't like this move that much. Your engineer is walking past empty mechs locations and just rebuilding them to get the Hydro faster.
But getting reclaim to make up for the lack of the mechs though, temporarily. Some early Selines from Wreck, 3 of them out. Delaying his
probably
Hydro.
just be for scouting.
Yeah, they seem to be going purely for vision. Tank and sailing out for Blast to his 4-max expansion. Always good to see that.
Now this is interesting. Both of them are building a defensive tank, but it's Sarah v Sarah. The only, they don't have lat. They only have the combat scout. So getting this early tank doesn't seem to make that much sense to me. You can just make your own scouts to see it, actually kill the enemy scout. So both players potentially playing a little bit too conservatively. It is a tournament, so
They've both made the same choice though, so it's not going to have much effect in regards to their economy.
Now the current income, TheWreck is 19 and Blast is 11. Now it'll even up soon as Blast gets some of these mexes, but he's been delaying the 2 in the middle for so long, and I don't really see why. Hopefully, he has something in store for us, like maybe some timing that uses the Hydro. Otherwise, this is not good.
No matter how many times Bonatti has played in a tournament, he does not understand how many faction vetoes you get. The joys of being a TD, everyone. Feel free to sign up on Discord.
Can you hide the toolbar in Windows?
I don't know.
Just make your game full screen if possible.
It is full
Just go into settings, make it full screen. Yeah, I get the complaints, like it can be kind of or you can just crop it on screen if you know how to do that.
No idea. We'll just go to full screen and I can just tab out if necessary very quickly.
Yeah. Do that. So it seems like TheWreck might snag an engineer kill on the left. This is pretty nice for him. Selines are effectively free. There's nothing to defend this engineer, so it should be a kill. Unless he messes up the micro and walks into the reclaim range.
Yeah, Blast isn't even trying to dodge or reclaim it. He's just accepting his fate.
Yeah. He could have reclaimed that because the Celine kind of just walked.
Yeah. Tank being rallied there to clean it up. Some tank push in the mid just to clear out any NGs on that reclaim. And to defend his own, Blast is going for the mid reclaim early.
Yeah. So, one thing to point out is both players went 2 land factories and then an air factory, which is delaying the air, I feel like.
Yes.
Second air is common. Second air, first mobber is common.
Both are going for inties though, they're playing it safe today.
Yeah.
Blast losing the tank trade.
Reclaim engineer in the middle gets picked off.
Okay, hold on folks, 2 seconds. You're showing up. There we go. Is that any better? Hopefully, now on the stream, you will not have my bar at the bottom of the page.
So back to the game.
Yep.
It seems incredibly even. It's 8 line factories to 7. Well, actually, it's 9 line factories to 7. Blast has another one at the expansion. So he is slightly ahead in line factories. He's behind in power. We will see what they can make of this. I can't go into the player view without the Archsimkat is cheating message popping up. Can you see if you can go into the player view? Because I would like to see how much they have.
No, because I have Supreme Scoreboard active.
Oh.
I'm not sure why you wouldn't be able to though. Technical difficulties?
I mean, I just go into it and it says Archsimkat.
Ah, okay. I'm not sure.
I will refrain from doing that.
Yep.
It might be. I don't know how many resources they have in the bank. So
what's their income? What's their income?
Definitely has more production here. He can maybe in the next 4 minutes set up a land push, because I don't really see anything from the wreck. Oh, there it is. He rushed up a T2 land factory. Blast is getting his T2, but it's only started now.
Slightly slower, but it is acceptable timing.
So now you can see the advantage of having the extra land factories. Blast simply has more units, so he can shadow the Rex units with an equal army and sneak units around the side.
Yep.
There's a raid on the right and a big army going up the left.
Yep.
And TheWreck doesn't have anything to deal with that army. The reinforcements here are not enough. So this is going to do the big damage. This is an incredible raid from Blast.
Yep.
To be honest.
It is brutal. Wreck has got the right inside island with a few units, but he's not making any advantage of that. It's just AFK because he's too busy trying to deal with this raid.
Yeah. I mean, even if he got the whole island, it doesn't make up for all these mexes that are missing from the top. And he's still not able to deal with it. These units can keep going.
Yeah.
Like, this army is not enough. This is what, 5 tanks against like 7?
Yes, and they're going to get straight through into that back area and start raiding mexes. None of them are T2 or upgrading though, so that's one small saving grace. But he is taking a good fight on the right.
He is taking a good fight on the right. That is a very good fight.
Blast is dropping the top left, however, so that island advantage soon is going to be neutralized.
I personally like what Blast did a bit more. I mean, obviously, he did a lot of damage, but Wreck went like 6 land factories into T2. And didn't build like any PDs. He didn't play. He just played too greedy, I feel like. And Blast punished him as he should.
Gun started, however, for the wreck.
That's it.
But this raid on the right can push into Blast mexes.
The thing is, Blast is much better positioned to deal with it. Well, unfortunately, it runs past his ACU, but he has a land factory here, which means it'll be much more difficult to dislodge him from this position.
Let's make a note of that. Desert Arena.
Blast has a really nice tank that's been left behind. If he can kill these 2 expanding engineers, it'll be a huge boon for him.
So Blast is only going to lose a couple of mexes here though, as opposed to 7 mexes lost for Wreck.
This is very good for Blast.
65% gun for the wreck. Blast still just walking with his ACU, not worrying about that.
I disagree with this.
Autofact?
Is ACU chasing all these units? This seems...
Yeah.
He's been led on a wild goose chase, and he didn't cut off the units either, so...
In the meantime, there's 4 Tech 2 support facts out for Blast, as opposed to 0 for Wreck.
Yeah, Blast just executed a much better T2 transition. Wreck got there a bit earlier, but he had to sacrifice, you know, he sacrificed his mexes at the top to do it. So now he cannot transition to T2 as cleanly as he would like.
Blast is dropping the top left. Has that not fixed the taskbar issue? It's not fixed the taskbar issue. Why? Should have. And if I do that there, let's see if that there helps. That I might have just fixed the taskbar by expanding the stream size window to include the taskbar. Blast is dropping the bottom right. He's only with NGs though, not realised. Rex already claimed that, so it's going to be a slight drop.
You can, by the way, you can right-click on the taskbar to open taskbar settings and scroll down to automatically hide the taskbar. There's a Windows option.
Ooh. I updated to Windows 11 yesterday, so I'm still finding the right settings. In Streamlabs, however, I just expanded the overall in-game image just to overview the taskbar. Oh no, if I do that I lose some of my eco bar. That's a bugger. Okay.
So if you want to do that, you can do that real quick. I'll continue commentating on the game.
Go for it.
I mean, to be honest though, this game is very even right now. I feel like Blast is better set up for the game because he has more T2 production. He got them earlier. He has more Ilshis on the field. But otherwise, very even game. Blast has transitioned to Tech 2 in a much stronger way. He's reclaimed his Tech 1 factories. Aside from an engineer and a Zui factory.
Yep.
This is much more efficient gameplay from him than TheWreck, who is still continuing to build T1 tanks out of T1 factories. In terms of air, it seems pretty even. Neither player looking to do much with air. Both of them just producing interceptors. Alright, I see here Blast has T2 air queued behind 2 interceptors. So Blast will be going T2 air, which is a good move. I'm liking the moves that Blast is making currently.
Okay, hopefully we should have just fixed the taskbars. They're automatically hiding, unless I hover over them. Or tab in and out, I believe.
I feel like Blast is in a slightly better situation. For the most part, the game is even. But
yes.
He is just playing cleaner. His Tech 2 transition was stronger. He has good eco. He's transitioning to Tech 2 air now as well, which is... You have to do it at some point. So this is a good timing. There's nothing happening.
Yep.
Yep. The TheWreck has gotten the reclaim from that initial fight he took. Remember, at first he took a good fight on the right-hand side, but at this point in the game, it's quite a bit later, so that reclaim is less impactful. Also, TheWreck is making interceptors at a 2-to-1 ratio, like interceptors and scouts at a 2-to-1 ratio. And he just has 1 billion scouts sitting in his main base. Like, he's not using them at all, which is...
Yeah, he does have them spread out though. He has a group in the top in case Blast wants to try a cheeky drop. He's actually going to try dropping the right side with some Ilshis. 3 chickens.
Drop on the right-hand island? Alright.
That will clear out the island. A couple of NG
drops. That will clear out the island, but that's 3 Ilshis.
But Blast does have far more production. Does he anymore?
He can afford
1,
to
2,
do
3,
this.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he's actually behind on the T2 support fact now.
Yes, now, because TheWreck recently upgraded a lot of his T1 factories to T2. He had a second wave of 3 more T2 factories.
Ah, that would be why.
Yeah, but as of right now, I feel like this is potentially still better for Blast. We'll see what he can do with T2 Air. He has a window to do something with T2 Air, I believe.
Yes. A couple of gunship raids, a couple of Noffers maybe round the back, snipe a couple of T2 mexes. P-gen there, exposed.
Just a classic move of 2 Nothas going around the side of the map and clicking both the T2 P-gens.
Yep.
And doing that at the same time as an attack. That is always a strong move.
Always. Some MMLs coming out both for Blast, he's making a couple. Always love to see them. An underrated unit, I'd say.
Why is he making MMLs? There's no T2PD.
No, but just a couple there to harass.
I suppose.
So if you make, say, example, 4 MMLs and your teammate rushes 4 TMD, what's the mass cost?
Yep, true. I would like to see Blast transport his Ilshis back from the island. Like, he should drop a load of engineers off on the island and then bring the Ilshis back.
There is a transport going, but it's not queued up for the Ilshis yet. I think they're going to go clear out that factory first.
Yeah. So once he clears out the factory, I hope he brings them back. That would be a good move. Blast sneaks some tanks up the top. This is a fine move.
There's
Just
4 tanks
T1
up there
tanks,
waiting,
they're
but
anyways.
So he'll lose the trade overall, but he might claim a mech or 2.
Yep, just anything to tax your opponent's APM at this stage. If the T1 tanks can find those sort of values, it'll be good. Because they're not useful in the main army. They're
Rex inties are flying over flak. They're taking heavy
Wreck
damage.
is moving the majority of his Ilshis to the right-hand side. He's leaving only a couple behind, whereas Blast still has like a half and half
sizable
split
army
of the map. So Blast needs to retreat from this right-hand engagement, and potentially he could push with the left, but he doesn't know that.
Yep.
If he scouted, he might, but...
If he scouted, he might. He's moving them in. He's listening to the gods above.
He's listening to the stream somehow. Yeah.
Wreck is pulling
The
those
Ilshi on
units
the
back.
right is shooting the ground on this right-hand island. We'll see how long he does that for.
Effective Ilshi. Look at that. If anybody ever wanted to know what you can fix in FAF, that's what you can fix. It's now retargeted the factory though. So a T1 bomber out. Who doesn't like a good T1 bomber?
By the way, some guy in chat was asking who is Blast. So God of Roadkill is Blast. Blast chilled. So we're clear.
Yes, apologies folks. Blast is God of Roadkill. He is more commonly known as Blast Chilled. We all refer to him as Blast.
Now, that was a good fight for Blast on the left. With his Ilshis that were superior in number. And now, TheWreck is pushing on the right with all the Ilshis that he had grouped up together. However, all of Blast's reinforcements have been going towards the right. So now the armies on the right are pretty even now.
Whoa.
Okay, there's a big airfight brewing and a drop coming. We'll see what Okay, seems like a good turn from Blast.
Yeah.
Good engage.
This is going to be a win by Blast.
This is going to be a win by Blast, and TheWreck is not spamming anti-air. Like, usually when there's a fight going over your base, you know...
Yeah, a couple of T1 AA go up.
Alright, so the transport is dropping 2 Ilshis in the back from the island. That's
Look at the follow-up transport though, with 5 Ilshis in.
Yes, that's what I was...
Left
the
is being
transport
pushed.
Is huge.
The left is
Where is
being
he going to
pushed.
drop that? He should drop it in
That's
the
going
base.
for
He
the
should drop it
P-gens.
next to
That's
the
going
T2
for the
P-gens.
P-gens. That's got to be.
He should drop it next to the T2 P-gens.
He's dropping
My
it
God.
just shy. He's going for the
This
T2
is a game-winning
P-gen.
move. Blast has just stolen the Rex lunch money. He came in here, flew over his base, killed all his inties, and just dropped right in his base. On the left-hand side as well. He's pushing through.
Rex going for the shift G. He's going for the all-in. He knows he has to, but he has no E for overcharge now.
He has no E for overcharge. Well, I mean, this is the only thing he can do. The game is completely lost. All he has is this army. It's not going to get any bigger.
T1 and T2 PDs are firing for Blast. This is over.
This is too much here for Blast. Defender's advantage. Plus, I think he just had more to begin with.
Yeah.
This game is over. We're going 1-0 in favor of Blast Chill.
The raid in the top left also made it through.
Blast is looking really good.
Control K there for Wreck.
That was very well done.
GG to Blast.